Okay. Hello, everybody. So excited for you to be here today. It is Tuesday. Tuesday is such a great day. If you didn't know, they just launched a promoter appreciation. We'll talk about that later in the Zoom. Amanda had a family emergency she had to deal with this morning. So I'm jumping in. I'm excited to interview Nickole and to hear her story. Nickole, I'm going to just give it to you. I'm going to let you just tell us, how did you start this Thrive thing? Just kind of take us down the journey. Where did this start? How were you before Thrive, etc.?
So I've been with Lavelle for 6 years. How did it start? It started with me trying to prove my friend that it wasn't going to work for me. It took me actually about a year to work the business side of it. So what happened was she gave me a 3-day sample at a birthday party. I'd known her for 2 or 3 years prior to this, and I went to her little one's birthday party, and she gave me a 3-day sample, and I took it home and threw it in my junk drawer, and I called it crap and told her I didn't want to do it. And at that time, I was working full time as a hairstylist. I worked for corporate America, the chain salons, and I had done it for that time like 16 years. I was a mom of three. They at that time were 15, 9, and almost 2. And I was working like 60 hours a week, didn't really see my family a lot, missed a lot of my kids' activities. And I was very tired and crabby and living off of coffee and soda. Like I don't think I ate most days. I was struggling with my weight, wanted to lose weight, would do the fad diet at the time, do it for about a month to 6 weeks, and then I would fall off the bandwagon. And she just continued to love me where I was at. And one day I asked her if she wanted her crap back, still referring to it as crap. And she was like, "No, I want you to take my crap." Like she was totally meet me where I was at. And I was like, "But it's not going to do anything," because I had tried a lot of other nutritional supplements out there and none of them really worked. Like I didn't feel them working, which I'm sure a lot of you can attest to. Um, and then she was like, "Just try it for 3 days and you could tell me I told you so." And I'm one of those that like if you challenge me to do something and prove you wrong, I pretty much take the challenge and I do it. But I didn't really think that they were gonna work in 3 days. I didn't have my aha moment till like day 10, but like day one, I noticed it was super simple. Um, I kind of thought it was a placebo effect. Day two, I noticed I was sleeping better. At that time, I probably wasn't sleeping more than 2 to 3 hours at night because my youngest was still being weaned off of breastfeeding. And I was just crabby all the time. Like I yelled at my kids. I hate to admit that, but like when your 15-year-old notices day three that you're being kinder to him and not yelling at him, then that kind of tells you something. Um, and I actually went to her that day and was like, "What did you give me?" And I wasn't even fully feeling it. I just knew I was being nicer to my kids. I cooked them breakfast that morning instead of yelling at them to rush out of the house. I got a lot done at work that day to where I didn't have to work till 8 or 9 o'clock that night. So I literally went to her house and was like, "What did you give me? Can I please have some more?" And I also asked like what the difference between being a customer and promoter was. And at that time, it was a no-brainer to become a promoter because I knew I was in front of a lot of people. Um, I also didn't really need the business side of it. So even though I was a promoter for the first year, I didn't hit my VIPs. I hit the first rank in about the first 6 weeks, and then I kind of stalled there for the next year. And then in 2018, May of 2018, the company I was working for went through a restructure and there was potential that I was going to get laid off. So I went to her and had my little pity party of like, "Oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. What am I going to do?" And that's where she was like, "Work your Thrive business." And I really honestly didn't think it was going to work. I was skeptical of the product, skeptical of the business side. And she was like, "Give me 6 weeks and I will replace your income." And that's literally what happened. I earned my first Lavelle getaway May of 2018, went to San Diego in 2018, and I hit 12K while I was there on my first lifestyle getaway. And now I'm 6 years later. I couldn't imagine my life without the company and or the product. A lot has happened in between there and now. So what else would you like to know?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you're gonna make me cry. I have a lot of life happening here at home right now, but so I'm sorry that I'm having to go in and out.
Oh no, you're fine. I get it. I'm surprised my tiny terrorist has not come in yet.
Well, okay, let's talk about since then, like how you continued to grow your business? What did that look like hitting 12K? Like what did you do? So somebody that's here is like, well, I want what she's talking about. How did you do that?
You literally have to work it every day. Like, I can tell you, I've gone through a lot in the last, we'll say 5 years. Unfortunately, the person that brought me on passed away in August, a year, 5 years ago, a couple days ago. I'm gonna start crying and I apologize. Um, so I had to endure the fact that I lost my sponsor, and it was a tremendous tragedy that the whole company like had to endure. But I had to make the choice then because I was where I was at in my business, and am I going to continue to do this not only for me but for her, or am I going to walk away from it? I made the choice then to continue, and you have to do it every day. Like, I can tell you, I am technically an 80K, but I have lost that rank more times than I care to count. I've gained it back, but it takes work every single day. And it's 5 years later, and there's a lot that's happened in between there that I could have also walked away. Um, 6 months after she passed, I lost my mother. Then I found out I was pregnant with my tiny terrorist that has not come in yet. His name is Jackson. We had a fourth because of Thrive. And I had hyperemesis with him. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but you literally can't even keep water down. Um, 2019, a month after he was born, we almost lost him. He had cortation of the aorta and he had to have open heart surgery. Could have walked away then, still worked my business. And then when he was a month old, I got diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And I would say that's when I threw myself into my business because it was the only thing I could control. So, like, if you guys think about it like this, like, you may work a full-time job, you may do this part-time, but if you even remotely want it to become your full-time, you have to work at it every single day. You literally can't take a day off, even if that means you worked 5 minutes that day, you still applied yourself and you still did it. I know for me, like, when I really took the business on the business side of it, I worked it at night. I was working full time as a hairstylist, part time as a CNA, but it was technically full time. So I would go to work from as a hairstylist from 9 to 5, and then I would go work a 12 to 12 shift from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning as a CNA 3 days a week. Plus, I had 3 kids, a husband, and I worked the business. So, like, you get to choose your busy in this world. People that tell me they don't have time, find the time. Don't play Farmville or whatever it is that you're doing on your phone. Don't just mindlessly scroll Facebook. I have a lot of people that'll reach out to me because they think we're constantly on social media. And quite honestly, if you're truly working this as a business, you shouldn't be on social media all the time because that's not really what it's about. A lot of people like expect you to answer super quick. And I have learned that it's actually almost better to let them wait a little bit and not be right on top of it. Don't get me wrong, there's some of them that you are, but like if they're in the middle of ordering, of course you're going to help them in that moment. But like you still have to live your life and this shouldn't consume you. There are some days I'm literally in this office for 8 hours a day, and then there are other days that I am not. I'm doing it poolside with my kids at the pool during the summer or something. Um, I tend to ramble, so I apologize. So if you have questions, just like pop them in the chat or Amber can ask them because like I do, I get on a tangent and then I just go.
Oh, no, don't worry. You're good. You just you just keep going. So, okay, I love you've had a lot of life. Like everybody has stuff happen. You've had a lot, like a lot of stuff happen, and you've continued to choose to keep going. Yes, things happen where you fell back or you slowed down, but you continue to keep going. And I love what you said about, you do have to work this business all the time. But what I think people need to understand about that doesn't mean I have to be working this business 8 hours a day. It
Right.
just means that I have to show up. I have to show up. People have to know I'm thriving. If people don't know that you're thriving, if they don't go to your social media, I've had people and they've reached out to me and I'm like, oh, well, I know you're so and so, so and so. Oh, but they don't post about Thrive anymore. I don't think they thrive anymore. And I personally know these people do thrive. They just aren't talking about it. And so, it's very important that when somebody is finally ready to thrive, that they know you thrive,
Right.
and so I would be just devastated if somebody that I'd worked on for years went to somebody else because they thought, oh, I didn't think you thrived anymore. Like that would
Well,
be
going
awful.
off of that, here's the thing too, is and if you're not reaching out and they're watching you, like even remotely, like maybe it's a second cousin twice removed, best friend of a best friend, but somehow you're mutual on Facebook. Here is what I've learned in 6 years. If you don't reach out to them, they will reach out to somebody. They will find somebody. And then sometimes it's like a gut punch because you're like, I talk to you almost weekly and you never said a word, but you didn't bring it up either. But then you find out they signed up on somebody on your team or a side team or whatever, side sister. Like, and then you're like, well, damn, I did all of that work for them. And in essence, I mean, you did, but you didn't. Like they go where they're like who they feel connected to. So if you're not making them feel connected to you, they will find someone that they feel connected to because they are watching. I have more people joining me now, 6 years later, that literally have been watching me for 6 years because
Yeah,
it's consistency.
exactly. It's totally consistency and showing up and being authentically you. People want to come to you because they like you. They know, like, and trust you, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's look at if there's any questions. Um, everybody's giving you lots of hugs.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
And
thank you
that's
for.
the other thing. Like I have a traumatic story in some instances, but like Amber was saying, we all have crap, and nobody's crap is bigger than somebody else's. Like it's really not. It's unfortunate sometimes what people go through, but like look at Amber and what she's gone through with her son and his motocross. Like I'm sitting here like biting my nails some days because I'm like, did he do good?
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, everybody has a completely different story and journey. And, some of us have tragedies and some of us have just normal day-to-day stuff, but it doesn't mean it doesn't affect us. So absolutely. Okay, let's talk now. What are you doing now? How are you growing your business now? Social media. We have lots of platforms. We have reels and all the things. What are you doing and how are you doing what you're doing? How
So
are you
I am
managing?
on all of the platforms, and if I'm being 100% honest with you, it depends on the week what I'm doing. Um, I know we all preach consistency, but find your thing that you're good at and stick with it. Like my Addie tells me all the time, my Addie, she's my Addie. Um, Addie Maloney, if you guys don't know her, so I'm talking about. But like literally she keeps telling me, you need to get on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I post on Instagram. I don't know why Instagram confuses me, so I tend to go back to Facebook. But I post on TikTok. I have a YouTube channel. I have like I'm on all the social medias, but I tend to stick with Facebook because it's what I know and it's easy for me. Um, I have I would say in the last 6 months tried to challenge myself more and get more out there on the other ones. But I feel like it's one of those things you have to create yourself, especially if you're doing this full time. And this is probably something Amber may contest to. I don't know. You have to create a schedule for yourself and a pattern of how you do your things. Um, for me personally, I really work on my personal development because I will tell you, like, if your mind isn't there, you can't help grow other people's minds.
100%. And I will say too, how somebody else does their schedule may not fit your style. It may not work for you. Y'all, I've been doing this for 9.5 years and I am still trying to figure out what way works best for me. Like I'll have a good way for a while and then I don't know what happens. And then I fall off a train track. So then I got to refigure it out, and sometimes it's, well, if I break it up into the morning, or if I break it up into this, or if I do a solid hour and then I do this. So it's very much, it's different for everybody. And I think we all have some sort, we change and shift and adapt, and social media is ever changing. So, because like reels and stuff, now you have to add in time to do, we didn't have to make that stuff before. We had to do videos and things and save ideas and all the things. And now you have to work that in, but you do it because it's part of growing.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say my schedule changes every single day. I don't have a specific schedule. The only thing that I'm consistent literally at is that I go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week. I get up at 4 in the morning and then I come home and do my stuff before the kids get up because they are, well, two of them don't live with me, but they're 21, 16, 7, and 3. And the 7-year-old and the 3-year-old are going to be turning 8 and 4 in the next 2 months. So starting next Monday, I will have 8 hours a day to myself that I don't know what I'm going to do. Like it's pure, not chaos, but he's 3. He's very time consuming. So we're always playing, but then somehow I fit it all in, if that makes any sense. So you got to fit it into your nooks and crannies.
Absolutely. It will if you do it. If you choose when you're at pickup at school, or when he's down for a nap, or I've got five
Yeah, I
minutes.
work a lot in the car.
Yeah. So sitting in the car when you're parked, obviously not while driving, but while you're parked, like if you're using that 5 minutes to actually work your business, or are you distracted and scrolling? And if you're scrolling, be progressive with your scroll and be interacting, interact with people, not drama, but interact with people that you want them to be your potential thriver, and so that's kind of how you're going to continue to do that.
I would say that's probably how I'm more consistent is like I'm very what's it called? Precise about what I'm doing when I'm on Facebook. Like
Intentional.
there you go. I'm like, what is that word? Yeah, I do that a lot. But I'm very intentional when I get on social media, what I'm actually doing with my time when I'm on it. Do I still scroll Facebook every now and then? Do I still, go down the real tunnel? Yes, it's usually at late at night when I can't sleep if that happens. But like I'm very intentional with what I'm doing with my time when I'm on social media. So like I schedule my posts. A lot of people think because post pops up, you're active or whatever. I'm not even on Facebook when those posts. Like I have the ability to schedule them. If you're a digital, and I don't know if a lot of you are digital creators, but when you become a digital creator, I think you have to have like 1,000 followers or something. I don't even know how I became it, but it gives me the ability to schedule my posts. And I will be honest with you, that is one of the things that I absolutely love because it takes that away. Like you can schedule them days and weeks out. um, I generally do it on Monday for the week. But then when I'm actually like interacting with people, I'm very intentional with it. Like I'm going and finding people that, oh, they sampled. So I'm giving them more love on their Facebook so that they can see that they're going to have that community and the support when they actually start the product. If it's somebody that I've known for a while, but they haven't, but they're complaining, then I go and like, I'm very intentional with what I'm doing on their post or on mine.
Those are great tips. I keep having to go find my unmute button. Okay, so let's who y'all, if you have questions about anything that we're talking about, drop that in the chat. Um, we talk about these things probably every week. We do talk about how to remain consistent, how to continue to grow your business. The number one thing is you just have to do something. If you're every day or every other day, if you're like, well, I don't know what to post, or I go look at what other people are posting, go look at what people are posting and go try off of, change it to your words, right? But get ideas of what other thrivers are posting. Nickole, what are some things? Okay, let's say we have brand new people or 6 months or newer people. What would you tell them to do to go grow their business?
I'm a big advocate for groups and making new friends. Like when I started Thrive, I think I had less than maybe 500 to 600 people on Facebook as friends. Now I'm constantly deleting people because it's just the way I've grown it, but like make new friends. Don't stay in your little bubble. And what I mean by that is like go join, like I'm in so many groups on Facebook, it's ridiculous. I'm in every local moms group in any surrounding town that we're in. I go to things that I don't want to go. I'm very much an outgoing person, but since COVID, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to go mix and mingle with people. If you guys are not taking advantage of the mix and mingle that the company is doing right now, like that has helped my team immensely. They're doing them in person and virtually. Um, one of our girls made a really good mix and mingle. She's got a Canva. If you guys want me to share it with you, I'll pop it in there, but you can edit it to yours. But it's literally 30 minutes. You have your testimonials, but she's doing them all virtually. But it's just making new friends. Like you can't grow a business if you're not willing to talk to people and make new friends. And I don't mean you have to be best friends with everybody. That's what scares a lot of people too, I think, is like you're like, no, I like my little circle. You can still have your little circle of friends and make friends. So
Absolutely. And I think it's good to remember that while we can do these things online as well, and especially like if you have kids, like school starting back, go to the events. Like one, we need to get social again. We're people that need people, and we need to go to the events, go out in person, be around people. Not going out with this intent of I need more thrivers, I need more business, but just hey, I need to be social as a parent with kids in this school. Like that is a huge thing. And when you're going out with the intention of just being social, right? You're being social. You wear your DFT where it can be seen, because not because you want to sell, but because people feel how you used to feel before you thrived. And that right there is why I will continue to talk about this product. I will continue to share, because I know somebody out there is where I was, right? Where I was crying in my closet, not sure how to be a mom, a wife, how to continue. And this product truly changed my life. So I know there's somebody out there that deserves this. And they're not going to just order from me to get it in their body until they know, like, and trust me. So right now, that's huge. Go be social, y'all. Go be social. Go look up where, like she said, where are the Thrive and Mingles coming to you? What areas? Is it within a drive? Are you having your own Thrive and Mingle? Like right now, I'll shout out Janelle Spellman on here. They have something, I want to say it's every 2 weeks, or maybe it's once a month. They're always having something, and they're doing a bowling event coming up. And, it's, hey, come bowl with us. Yes, we're going to talk about Thrive, but we're just fun to hang out with. And then she's got other events that are purely Thrive Mix and Mingles and things going on. So those are things that you want to continue to do on the daily. Just to have your own event, have a small group event. You can have it in your house. You don't have to rent a venue. You don't have to go to a restaurant. You can go to a patio if you don't live in Texas. It's really hot right now. Actually, it's not hot today. It's the first day in like 17 years. But it's not hot today. Okay. So let's see, we've got people are going back to school. Do you have ideas other than, we just talked about being social?
So when I was trying to get back out there being social after COVID, because of the age of my kids, so my 16-year-old is very avid into volleyball. She plays on a volleyball team. I go and mix and mingle with all of the parents. And like Amber was saying, I wear my DF. I don't talk about Thrive all the time, like, oh, hey, I literally wear my DFT on me where they can see it. And I usually put it in more of like if I'm at the volleyball games, I'll wear a tank top and I'll take a sweater with me, but I'll put it on my shoulder blade because most people are behind you, right? So they can't actually like see the front of you. So I wear it where people can see it and they're like sitting there pondering. And it's amazing to me how many people come up and ask, especially during the summer. Like if I'm in the grocery store, I put it on my shoulder blade because then people, if you're standing in line, they'll ask, what's that on your shoulder? Is that like a cool band-aid? Or they ask questions. Tonight we have back to school night. I'm taking samples with me. I'm not going to lead with Thrive, but if someone asks me about it, I'll get their information and give them a sample. I take it in my purse and they don't even know I have it till they bring it up. Most of the time I wait for them to bring it up, but like Jackson, I joined a preschool, what it's called, Moms of Preschoolers last year. Um, I put my kids in activities to grow my business. So that way it's not just about like what I'm doing for me, it's also helping them. Like if they're in any type of sport, gymnastics. Last year, Madison did the Denver Bronco cheerleading camp. That was an experience to say the least, but it was fun for her, but then it gave me this whole new network of people to work with. So, yeah, think outside of the box of like what's in your area that you can do that's not only like going to potentially give you to grow your network, but like that you enjoy. Like go to a paint and sip class. There's a group that meets every month, and we live in it's a little, they call the Tri-Town area. We have literally three small towns that if you cross the street, you're in another town, but they do a business meetup at one of the local breweries once a month. So I go meet other local businesses, and there's so many things that you can do to meet people.
I love it. I love the ideas. And then that's the thing is you have to go, what is you, right? Who are you? What do you like? What do you do? What do your kids do? What do your family do? You know, obviously our life is huge motocross right now. Like everything is motocross. I'm in motocross moms and wives groups, and you know, we talk about things, and I'm making friends there all the time, you know, because I take value from that group and I give value to that group. And so those are things if you're doing online, but then also when I'm in person. So it's so fun. We were at Loretta's at the National, and, you know, there's people there from everywhere, like all over the nation, people there from Chile and France and everywhere. And people were coming to me like, I'm Nickole. I wanted to meet you in person. I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. You know, like my son's on the gate. I'll come back to you. You know, I'll go talk to you later. So like when you get to see the people face to face, and then they see me wearing my DFT, and then they're like, oh, I think I saw you post about that. Yeah, you did. So when you know, when your real life, your Facebook life can become your real life, right? So are you prepared to meet these people, to be social? And then it's the same though, you can be social online, you can be social in person, and how to go do that. All right. Nickole, is there anything kind of on your mind? Are you
Just don't give up. So I was with another direct sell company prior to Thrive. I was actually with Mary Kay for 2 years. And because of my background being a hairstylist, I was like, oh, I can totally do this. I can fit that in because it totally is in my wheelhouse. Yeah, no. It was very time consuming, the parties, the facials. And I love some of their products, like not dissing the company at all, but like it just didn't work with me. And then what I love about this is like you don't have to do all of those things. And I can honestly tell you part of the reason like it didn't work was because I didn't put in the time and the effort for it, number one. And number two, it was completely different. So just don't give up. Like I'm 6 years in and I couldn't imagine where my life would be had I give up a year in when I really didn't even want to do it. And it's completely changed the trajectory. Like now I do this full time. I don't work full-time hours. I mean, sometimes I probably, if you actually did it hour for hour, minute for minute, but like I don't feel like I do because I am doing all of the things with my kids, my younger two, that I didn't get to do with my older two. I can't tell you how many games I missed in dance recitals and school things, and that's all my younger two know. Like I am there for literally everything. We go to everything. They're in all of the activities and I don't get to miss it. So like if that's your goal out of this, like don't give up. Even if it's not your goal, like maybe it's just for extra grocery money. Everybody's goal is different. And the other thing is don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 30. Like our journeys are all different. And just because someone did it faster doesn't mean that you're not going to get there.
Oh my gosh, that is so huge because and Maria Dillard and I talk about that a lot, about how, you know, people come in and they compare where we are now to what they can't do in a week. And I'm like, no, we didn't do this in a week, you know. We didn't get to where we are in a week. And looking back, I think about like some of my very first videos. We didn't have lives then, so we had to make a video and then post it. And I zero confidence. And like some of my trying to record my own 24-hour call, you know, to share my Thrive experience. And I had to re-record it like 17 times. So there you have to start somewhere. So you have to just do the thing. And, you know, sometimes I know like Lydia Laws shared last week, some people's journeys are going to take longer than others. Some people may do something quicker. Some people it may take longer, but there's a reason. Like, like it's just their life. It's just where it is. I always say, at one point that person is going to be coming along. You never know when that next person is coming along. I've seen that, the cartoon drawing of the guy that's digging for diamonds or whatever. And the first one he gave up. And then the next one, it's right behind the wall. Like it's right behind where he gave up. Like he stopped digging. He dug for, I don't know, it looks like 17 years, as long as that little tunnel was. But he dug this long tunnel and he chipped and chipped and chipped. And then he gave up. And it was literally just maybe 2 more digs. So like, don't give up when your next person is totally around the corner.
And I can tell you, like, I have had lots of people come to my team and go, or come back, or all the things. But it took me a long time to find like what I would call my person to run with me. Like my running mate that's on my team, it took me 5 years to find her. That doesn't mean that I didn't have like 1,000 little horses along with me, but it took me 5 years to find my unicorn. And I'm still not a 200K. So don't base it on what others are doing, because it'll happen in your own time. I'm still not giving up. It's taken me, like I said, 6 years, but I'm not stopping, and it's not even necessarily about the 200K. Yeah, that's the top rank in the company, but it has given so much to my family. Like, I can't even begin to tell you what this company has given to us. And they give us opportunities all the time. Like, they're always launching promos, but you have to do the work to get it. Nobody's going to do it for you.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. What are you doing with what they've given us to be able to boost? So speaking of, okay, so did you see the email that went out?
I did.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up. We have another promoter appreciation, super excited. So now through Sunday. So anytime, here's the little email, anytime you order either the promoter pack or orders that equal that amount or more, you're going to get free shipping and a free bottle of Sculpt. If you order the pack, I can't talk today. If you order the pack, then you're getting the promo codes that come with it. And right now you're getting double QV. So double QV on those packages. So if you're running after hitting a bonus, if you're running after what's the thing right now?
The rank advancement.
Make the call. I was like, what is it called? And then make the call. If if you have people that are brand new coming in that are running after that, you can hit that double QV for that. So are you trying to maintain a rank? Guys, these are huge. And then they've got the promoter appreciation bonus. So $400 Apple gift card when you generate $1,000 in PPA volume. That's new volume. That's, when you generate new volume. All right. Nickole, any last words? We may wrap this up a little early. I feel like we've got so many nuggets out there.
Just go do the dang thing. Quit making excuses. We're our own worst enemy, and quit making excuses and do it.
That's it. Do the dang thing. Just go do it, guys. Don't put your toe in the water. Jump all in.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Nickole. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
And everybody say a prayer for Amanda.
Yes, she just has a lot going on.
She does.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.